This is Patricia Sharbaugh from St. Vincent College offering a reflection for the 23rd Sunday in Ordinary Time. When I was 10 years old, Olga Korbut won the all-around gold medal at the Munich Olympics. I was completely captivated by her gymnastics and wanted to be able to do the things she did. The fall after those summer games, I began to take gymnastics classes in an old building in downtown Johnstown. I could still remember the smell of the building as I walked up a long flight of stairs and then saw all the gymnasts working to learn to flip, spin, twist, and fly through the air. I recall how my heart beat a little quicker with my excitement and with the strange feeling that I had a home in that gym. I competed in gymnastics for 10 years after that. In my initial excitement about the sport, I had not accounted for the grueling hours of training that would follow, for the injuries, for the daily pain of bleeding calluses on my hands from practicing bars, of bruised legs from falls from the beam, of sore ankles from bad landings on tumbling runs and vaults. I had not accounted for the psychological toll of being constantly pushed beyond my limits. I had not accounted for all the things I would have to give up in my high school years, good things that I could not do because my commitment to gymnastics took up all my extra time. If I had been able to calculate what my gymnastics dream would cost as I walked up those stairs, I wonder if I would have decided to pursue that dream. In today's gospel reading, Jesus asks us to take an account. He wants us to stop and reflect on what it means to be his disciple. To be a disciple of Jesus is to live for God, to recognize the love that is the source of our life and calls us home. Our hearts should begin to beat a bit more quickly when we think of the beauty of this calling and with the strange feeling that we have a home in God. But Jesus wants us also to see the cost. If our home was with God, it is not here on earth. It is not even in the very best things that earth offers, because though we taste the love of God in our relationships with our friends and our families, a part of us must remain detached from them, recognizing that we belong completely to God. Our lives on earth are impermanent. The psalmist compares our days on earth to grass or flowers in the field. Though beautiful and bursting with life, grass and flowers are vulnerable to the wind, to storms, to droughts, to many things beyond their control. We are also vulnerable. Even our joyful times are marked by sadness because we know that we cannot hold on to the joy of the moment. Things will change. Those we love will grow old and die. We all have crosses to carry through this life. Keeping our hearts open and vulnerable to the love of God while living our life's moments in the tumultuous and occasionally brutal realities of life events is not for the faint of heart. It takes courage, fortitude, discipline, and commitment to live as disciples of Jesus. Jesus is journeying toward the cross when he asks the crowds following him to calculate the cost of discipleship. The claim of Christ and the gospel not only takes precedence over the network of loyalties, loves, and attachments that define our lives, but also colors the way we see these loyalties. We see that though it is through these loyalties that we find God in our lives, ultimately, we are even asked to let go of these ties to give our hearts fully to God. Most of us are not asked to sacrifice our attachments in one great act of martyrdom. Instead, we are asked to drink from the same cup as Jesus, one sip at a time, every day, for the rest of our lives.